Katie is out today. Well, this time of year, people are graduating college. Most have already probably graduated college. And then, I just read a study that new college graduates, 30% go into something totally different initially than what their major is in. And then as time goes on, the percentages get higher and higher of people not doing anything related to their college degree that they spend a fortune on.
Yeah, it's odd.
It is odd. 800-682-1075. What is your degree in, and what are you actually doing? All right, let's go to Thomas. What is your degree in, and what are you actually doing?
My degree is in secondary education with a primary in history. And
Okay.
I actually work for a Jello shot company.
That's awesome.
You work for a Jello shot company.
Were you ever a teacher?
Yeah, I taught public education for 8 years.
Okay. And tell us more about this Jello shot company.
So actually, I moved into the beer industry because you make no money as a teacher. So, but I now work for it's an alcoholic gelatin shot company called Slurp Shots, and I basically work from home and I manage national chain accounts like Walmart, Food Lion,
Wow.
Circle K, things like that.
Wow.
So you're making, you don't have to say, you're making pretty good money, it sounds like.
Yeah, about 2.5 times what I was making as a teacher.
Yeah, that's
Makes sense.
That's the problem.
that
What
sucks.
happens with the teaching
Thank you.
is sometimes we start losing potentially good people because they're just not making enough money,
Yeah.
especially here.
Yeah, oh yeah. I have plenty of friends that have been teachers, and they love being a teacher, and they left to do something else.
And that's probably if you have a good
Yeah.
school. If you have a school where the kids are all bad, gosh.
You're out fast. All right, 800-682-1075. What is your degree in, but what are you actually doing now? Let's go to Taylor. Taylor, go ahead.
So I have 2 degrees. The first one I completed in 2015 was for criminal justice, but I just graduated in May with my radiology degree for x-ray. But I'm still currently working at a detention center, and I don't have any plans to go x-ray full-time.
All right, so you're doing
Wow.
something with your first degree, right? I mean, do you need a degree to work in the jails or not
I
really?
think so.
No, you just have to have your high school diploma.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
do you make more money? Are you a prison guard?
A county detention center, and I've been here 7 years this October, so I do make a decent amount of money.
do you like it?
I love it.
So why
It's
go to the
crazy. People
school?
will tell me I'm crazy.
Why did you go to
I
school?
needed a backup plan.
Okay, because usually we're going to
Yeah,
always
it
need
was
prison
a-
guards or detention facility workers. We're always going to need that.
Yeah, I just kind of did it as a backup plan for my retirement, and if I ever didn't want to do this anymore, I had something else to fall back onto. I do like x-ray a lot, but I love the detention center more.
Now, can I ask you this? As a female, do you get hit on a lot?
Yeah, but I kind of remove myself from the situations.
I'm just saying if there was a place where, Squid could work, or I could work, or Jason, and you get hit on all the time, I think I might stay a little bit longer even if I didn't love it. So every day, like they...
Oh, that's really not the reason I stay.
Oh, no, I'm not saying... I'm not saying that. It's a little perk. I mean, it doesn't hurt, even though they're in jail or whatever, and that they can't go anywhere. I think if anyone hits on you, it feels good.
No.
Okay.
Some would
So
say
that's
that
more
would
of
be
a-
sexual harassment, but
But that's
for
more of a dude
us-
perspective, yeah.
Yeah.
We never get anything ever, so as far as compliments.
And maybe for her, but I'm still thinking people that when somebody hits on you, you're like, oh. I'm saying, like, if somebody says, "Oh, you look nice," or I'm sure in jail they're not saying you look nice. They're saying,
Yeah, they're not
You
that
look
nice.
so
Say
pretty
nice.
today, ma'am.
I like your blouse.
Is that a new
But
shirt?
I will say it is definitely different for men and women, right? So
Yeah.
women sometimes a lot of them will say they get annoyed with it, they don't like it, which is shocking and hard. But and a lot of times it goes to the point of they'll say sexual harassment or it's inappropriate. You can't even say sometimes, in my opinion, you can't even say if somebody walked in here. Let's say Katie actually had something nice on. I couldn't say
What?
off the air at least. Katie, that looks very nice on you. That could come across in an inappropriate way in the workforce now.
Right.
Now, if it was the opposite and Katie said, "Wow, Jason, you look hot," which you would never. You look hot in that outfit. I'd be like, thank you. And I feel good for the rest of the month.
Yeah, even if they're like, I want to do X, Y, and Z, you're like, okay, that's nice.
Right.
We're not going to do that,
You
but thank you.
You stop it, you.
You're a silly gal.
Yeah.
Trying to focus on my spreadsheets. All right, let's go to Emily. Emily, what is your degree in, but what are you actually doing?
So I went to a community college right after high school and was going to get a 2-year degree and transfer. However, I quit my last semester and got married, which was kind of like life lesson number 1 and 2 all at the same time. So I went back in my mid-30s, ended up getting just my associates in general education.
Mm-hmm.
And now I work at that same community college. I've been there 11 years, and I am their IT help desk administrator.
Okay.
All right. Well, it's kind of related because you are working at school, but not really. But yeah.
Yeah, well, it's like you've got a
Yeah.
teaching degree and you're a janitor at school. I mean, it's still not the same.
General education, general education degree is just kind of like your first 2 years of your crap. Math
okay.
and Englishes and histories.
Yeah, the way they get more money out of you for
You
2 more
gotta
years.
get out of the
Yeah.
way.
I got you. All right.
Right.
So,
IT is good though. I mean, right now it's like is in demand. I think.
Yeah, it's crazy. All of the new stuff that we've got to do, 2-step authentication, and people are just losing their minds over this stuff. They don't. Nobody reads.
oh, I
We
can tell you
send
that.
out so much information. Everybody's like, "Well, I'm going to call you and just tell me what to do." You know,
That's
because
what
I
they're
don't
there
want to
for.
read.
We have a guy named Drew here.
Yeah.
He's our IT guy, and like if my computer is slow for 2 seconds, I don't try to troubleshoot at all. I call him right away. I'm like, something's wrong. Fix my
That's
computer.
the job. The job of an IT person is basically dealing with people's frustrations and problems.
Yeah.
All day.
We never talk to him when everything's okay. Like, hey,
No.
things are running smooth
Yeah.
for 3 weeks straight. No,
And 90% of their job is, all right, unplug it and plug it back
right.
in.
Yeah.
Restart it.
Did you try the refresh button?
You're like, oh.
Control, Alt, Delete.
You're like, okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Janice. You know, lots of people, graduate from college, and a huge percentage graduate from college and then do nothing with their degree. They do something else. What is your degree in, and what are you doing?
Hey, so my degree is in molecular biology, but I am currently a veterinarian.
Wait, I thought don't you have to have a degree to become a veterinarian though?
You have to go back to vet school after undergrad. So I did go to vet school after undergrad, but the plan originally when I graduated from college was to work for a pharmaceutical company, and that didn't happen.
Okay, so what you're doing, because when you said molecular biology, I have no idea what that is. So it has nothing to do with being a vet at all.
It doesn't. It's like a lot of like the biochemistry,
Oh, I see.
like the scientist aspect of biology. Nothing to do with like medicine per se, practicing medicine. So right now I practice veterinary medicine. So
Okay.
I wonder what makes more money, the vet or if you went into the pharmaceutical thing.
I'm sure if I was like in the pharmaceutical industry right now, I'd probably be making a little bit more. But I certainly love what I do as a veterinarian.
Well, I know people who own their own veterinarian
Ooh.
place. They can make a lot of money,
Mm-hmm.
as they should. All right, thank you very much. Keisha, what is your degree in, but what are you actually doing?
So I have a degree as a certified office medical assistant is what I started out as. Then I went back and got medical billing and coding under my belt. And in between that, I worked at a daycare or child care facility. So I had early childhood education under my belt as well. But I'm a detention officer.
So you're at the jail too?
Wow.
Yes.
All right. And what's harder, working at a daycare or working at a jail? What's more challenging?
Well, actually, it's just the age difference.
Yeah.
It's the same. You're babysitting.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Well,
much.
the funny thing is the medical billing coding, although sounds terribly boring, I hear you can make good money with that. And if you do it, if you're pretty experienced, you can actually do it from home.
Yeah, and then maybe you're a stay-at-home parent, or just you need more flexible things. I've heard people that can make some bank doing that. All right, Allie, what is your degree in, Allie, and what are you doing?
I have a bachelor's in theater and a master's in creative writing, and I'm a data analyst at a healthcare company.
You're a data analyst?
Yes.
Yeah. Did your parents were like, ooh, theater degree? Ugh.
Yeah, they encouraged me to do what I wanted, and that was probably not the smartest thing.
That is so honest. Like my daughter loves theater, and she wants to go to performing arts school and all that stuff. I'm like, I'm all for that, and I'll be there at every play, every audition. And when you make it huge, remember I supported you. But if she's like, I say, get a degree in something else.
You don't have to move.
Yeah, you don't. Well, that also that. But I was like, you don't have. You can minor in theater or do theater all the time, but don't get your degree in that, because what are you going to do unless you're planning to teach theater?
I guess is there a behind the scenes business of it that the degree works with, or is it an acting thing? Because if it's just an acting thing, yeah, that's going to be difficult.
Allie?
You can definitely go like career management routes.
Okay.
And then there's a lot of business aspects into that, which would have been smart.
You have no regrets, and you have 2 degrees.
I clearly went the writing way, right? Yes, I went the screenwrite, the playwright, which isn't bad, but it's just like trying to be an author. You send and you send and you send, and you get a million rejections, and then you really have to get a job.
Right.
Oh my god!
And if you're not good at it, like you can not have a degree and write a book, and there's a lot of luck involved, and So thank you, Heather. What is your degree in, and what are you actually doing?
My degree is in cosmetology, and I work on a butterfly farm.
Makes sense.
Wow, a butterfly farm. What do you do
fun.
there?
We're an agro tourism location, so we do a lot of field trips for kids, and we teach kids about butterflies.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
And so you don't use your cosmetology at all?
Not at all. Maybe on my own head, but not anybody else.
All right, very cool. Who knew you can even work like there's things like a butterfly farm?
Yeah.
All
Odd. It's like, why? What's the point now of going to school?
Some say it's a scam.
Well, I think if you're going to get a certification for something in the field, like an attorney or a doctor, or you have to have the certification. That's one thing. But it appears that most majors that you major in school, like I majored in criminal justice. I have nothing to do with criminal justice. I'm on the radio for
That's
crying
where
out
a lot of your
You're just a
questions
criminal
like,
now.
Where were you on the night of? I'm like, wait, what? I thought what are we doing here? Yeah.
But I will say that I like college so much that I wanted to go an extra year, and I did. It had nothing to do with the education.
Right, you're just having fun.
Yeah.
Squid, what's your degree in?
Oh, it actually is electronic media communication. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'd have thought I would go the TV route because that was my internship was with a television station with.
But they sent your headshots out. They're like, no chance.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And like,
Me too.
Yeah, it's like you have to be like professional on air, and I'm like, oof, that'll be tough. That'll be tough.
Professional.
You can't talk like a rapper on air. Like, And Matt has a master's degree, but you're doing a little bit something with yours.
Yeah, I do teach college, so I do have that, but this job doesn't matter at all.
No, I think
but what odd thing is you have a master's degree, which basically means you took a long time in school and had to do a lot of work.
Right.
Is the return on that investment there for you on the teaching side?
Yeah, absolutely.
It is?
Yeah. Yes, and especially if that was something that I wanted to pursue full time, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah. But I enjoy what I do here, and I do think I picked up some skills that make some of the stuff that I do not necessarily for the show better. So some of the stuff that I do in promotions or when we're putting together, there's programs for that, and you know that just as well as I do, Jason.
I don't have a master's degree.
It's all autocorrect.
But like if we're putting out a press release or something, knowing how to formulate like an effective press release, like those are some of the things that I study. But my undergrad was in like Squid electronic media. Mm-hmm. So this fits my undergrad, and then my graduate degree was in strategic communication. So just formulating messages.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know if it makes you guys feel good or bad, the fact that we all are doing the same job and I don't have a degree.
Makes you feel terrible.
Yeah.
I feel horrible. I have 4 years of college, but no degree.
Yeah, I remember when I first got my job here, like we didn't even look at my resume or anything.
No, we don't.
And I was like, wow, I could have just not gone to college and done this 4 years.
Yeah.
I could have been here 4 years ago. Like,
Either you can do it or you can't.
Yeah.
In this job.
I hired you without looking at your resume.
maybe you did. Maybe
I
you
feel
did.
like I looked at it.
You might
Yeah.
maybe get your phone number to
But
call
he
you.
started as a part-time promotions person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
which
can
he
you,
did a good job with.
they're like,
Yeah.
can you spin this prize wheel? And you're like, yes, you're hired.
Oh yeah, when I first got hired with a master's degree, and I was literally asking people to spin the prize wheel for T-shirts and stickers, I was like, "Damn,
This is not how my life is supposed to unfold. All right, let's go to Katie. What are you doing? Sorry, what is your degree in, but what are you actually doing?
So I have a master's degree in exercise science with a concentration in sports and conditioning, but I'm actually a financial advising now.
Oh,
Wow.
you make good money. I don't know anyone who does financial advising that doesn't have a lot of money. You're doing pretty good?
Well, doing okay, but way better than being a strength and conditioning coach because I didn't get paid anything doing that job.
you can imagine."
And you had to probably pay a lot for school. You have a master's degree.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, go for 6 years or whatever to get a master's degree and then come out making maybe $25,000-$30,000 a year. I mean,
Oh,
it's
God.
ridiculous.
Man, that just doesn't even make sense.
Lately, by the way, I've told my son, I'm like, I've always promoted college to him. Go to college, go to college. Now I'm like, maybe you should go to trade school and become a plumber, which you'll be too scared at doing probably, or an electrician or
Yes.
HVAC because these trades now are like in high demand.
Big time.
And you
Yeah.
can make $100,000 pretty quick because they need it. And then I said, and then when you start doing it, we'll team up together and open up a company.
Yes.
When you think
Yeah.
about that, you'd be so much ahead. Or you go, but you miss out. Going to school is definitely the experience, right?
Yeah.
But if you think about it from a return on investment standpoint, there's probably a lot of times when you could have been ahead and get more experience in something because that's what it's all about is the experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even doctors say that the medical school does not prepare them for the real world in the hospital.
Right, they got to actually do it. It's like when
Yeah.
they go to clinical and they're actually in the hospital, like, oh, these are actually human beings here that, instead of just in theory. All right, Monique, what is your degree in, but what are you doing?
Hi, my degree is in elementary education, and I make cigarettes.
You make cigarettes. Are you in prison?
I make cigarettes.
And so,
I make the plugs to the cigarettes, actually.
really interesting. And you do nothing with your elementary school education.
No, our insurance is better than teachers, and I have kids who need that insurance.
Yeah, I hear you.
You can hear them.
Yeah, I hear. And so, do you make more money doing that? Do you think than being a teacher? You make more money making this.
I make more money. My husband still teaches. My husband teaches, and I do something else.
All right. Well, it sounds like you're busy. Thank you. Wow. All right, we got time for one more. We got tons of people that want to get. We need to put this on social media so people can answer up there as well. And Steve, last call, real quick. Majority of people who graduate college long term, they end up doing something totally different. What is your degree in? But what are you doing?
My degree's in physics, my minor's in mathematics, and I manage coffee programs for Sheetz convenience stores.
Wow.
Coffee programs?
Yeah, totally connected.
So what does that mean? You manage coffee programs?
We would take concepts from our research and development departments, and we would take those through various channels and bring that product to market. So any new products that we have coming out from our specialty coffees or our regular coffee lineup, we bring that to life, and then we manage that product once it's to market.
So are you more into
Just a lot of
marketing
math.
now?
So it kind of works out. It's math and numbers, yeah.
Okay.
And so you work exclusively for Sheetz. Like this is a position at Sheetz to do this just for the coffee.
That's correct. Yeah, I'm actually in Altoona, Pennsylvania, but I listen to you guys every morning.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Awesome. Appreciate
Okay,
it.
thank you.
You
I used to live in North Carolina for 10 years. I really
gotcha.
miss it. Love you guys. Yeah.
All right, Steve. Thanks for being so loyal and appreciate it. Yeah, I think Sheetz started in Pennsylvania, is my understanding.
Well, I do know like coffee is unbelievably profitable. It's something that people have every single day, multiple times a day, and it really doesn't cost that much to make. So if you're in the right business with coffee, big time money.
Making
big time.
making bank.